Have you ever found yourself just wishing you could understand what goes on in your child's head at school? Seriously. One minute they're bouncing off the walls. The next they're home, practically simmering with unspoken frustration. After a day of, well, let's be honest, often dealing with some kind of conflict with their friends. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? To see your child come home sad, withdrawn, or even angry because of a fight or argument that happened at school. That gut feeling that something isn't right. And then the detective work begins. Who said what? What were the triggers? And most importantly, how do we help? We all know the drill. It's a tough one, right? Because on one hand, we want our kids to be able to stand up for themselves. On the other, we definitely don't want them turning into bullies or feeling like they have to navigate the whole playground alone. It's a balancing act, a tightrope walk. Today, we're going to unpack that exact tightrope. We're not going to magically eliminate arguments from our children's school days, because let's be honest, that's probably not realistic. But we can explore practical, compassionate ways to understand what's happening, support our kids, and help them build healthy relationships. We'll focus on the tools and mindset shifts that make a real difference. This isn't about giving a quick fix or a magic wand. It's about creating a foundation of understanding and resilience that will help them navigate these social challenges now and in the future. And where do we begin? Well, let's start with something fundamental: understanding the why behind the behavior. Before we leap to assumptions or punishments, let's try to understand the root cause. This takes us away from the immediate situation of "he hit me" and into a deeper exploration of the needs, feelings, and motivations driving the conflict. So let's dive into that why, shall we? And what do we do when we start to think about the why? We need to develop some key skills as parents. The first thing we should do is to become skillful listeners and observers. It starts with listening, really listening to our children. Not just hearing the words, but truly tuning in to their feelings, their tone of voice, their body language. Think about it. When your child comes home, face flushed and a little teary-eyed, the first thing they might say is, "They were being mean," or "he started it." That's their immediate reaction, often fueled by raw emotion. But here's where the magic happens. Instead of jumping in with advice or accusations, try something different. Put down the phone, make eye contact, and just listen. Let them tell their story, validate their feelings. "That sounds really frustrating," or "Wow, that must have made you feel really angry." This validation isn't about agreeing with everything they say. It's about showing them you hear them, that their feelings matter, and that they have a safe space to express themselves. It's critical to create that safe space. They're going to need it. Here's a real-life example. My friend Sarah's son, Leo, came home from school one day completely distraught. He'd been playing tag, and another boy, Mark, had kept tagging him, even when Leo had already said he didn't want to play anymore. Sarah could have easily told Leo, "Just ignore him," or "Tell the teacher," which are understandable responses, sure. But instead, she sat down on the floor with him, gave him a big hug, and simply said, "Tell me what happened, sweetie." Leo poured out his heart. He described the frustration, the feeling of being ganged up on, the way Mark kept laughing and making him feel small. Sarah didn't interrupt. She simply nodded and made little sounds of understanding. Then she gently asked, "How did that make you feel? And later, what did you do?" Now here's where observation comes in too. Look at the whole picture. Has this happened before? Are there patterns in the conflicts? Does your child generally struggle with assertiveness? Are they easily provoked? All of these are important factors. This skill of listening deeply and observing carefully gives us the most precious gift: information. It helps us see the true why behind the conflict, the underlying needs and motivations. It helps us see beyond the immediate argument to the bigger picture. It opens the door to understanding. And understanding is the first step toward real solutions. Once you have a better understanding of what's going on, the next important tool in your parenting toolbox is empathy. And the best way to help your child develop empathy is to teach them to take the perspective of others. It is easier said than done, right? But it doesn't need to be super complex. Think about it. Conflict often arises from a lack of understanding. Children, especially younger ones, are still developing their social skills and emotional intelligence. They might not fully grasp how their actions affect others or why someone else might react the way they do. So how do we foster perspective taking? By helping them to see the situation from different angles. Let's go back to Leo and his tag game. Once Sarah had listened and validated his feelings, she didn't immediately jump to punishing Mark. Instead, she gently asked, "Do you think Mark might have felt left out before he started tagging you over and over? Or do you think he understood that you didn't want to play anymore?" This is the key, guiding your child to ask themselves these questions. It's not about excusing bad behavior. It's about helping them see the whole picture. It's about helping them to understand that Mark's actions might have been rooted in his own insecurities, loneliness, or even simply not fully understanding Leo's feelings. Another example, if your child is complaining about a friend who always bosses them around, instead of immediately siding with them, try asking, I wonder why they want to be in charge so much. Do you think they're feeling insecure? Maybe they are worried about getting something wrong. Or, I wonder if they were ever made to do this at their house. This doesn't mean encouraging them to accept being bossed around. It's about opening their eyes to the other child's perspective. It's about promoting kindness and compassion, even during moments of conflict. This is where a really useful technique comes in, role-playing. Use stuffed animals or dolls, or even just your hands, to act out different scenarios. Okay, you're Leo, and Mark is this little teddy bear here. What do you think Mark might have been feeling? Then, you can swap roles and have your child be Mark. This kind of play helps them practice putting themselves in other shoes. By constantly encouraging perspective-taking, we're equipping our children with an invaluable skill, the ability to navigate social situations with empathy and understanding. This doesn't guarantee that arguments will disappear, but it does equip them with the tools to resolve them more effectively, build stronger relationships, and avoid escalating situations. Once we've explored the why and fostered empathy, the next crucial step is to teach our children how to resolve conflicts constructively. This goes beyond simply telling them to share or be nice. It's about equipping them with tangible skills they can use in the heat of the moment. You can help your child by demonstrating what to do in the real world. Model it yourself. If you get into a conflict, don't shy away from showing how you'll deal with it. Let's go back to our imaginary scenario. Perhaps Leo and Mark continue to get into conflict at school, and Leo is feeling frustrated. How do you use this to help Leo? You can do this by breaking the conflict down and asking, "What do you think we can do about this?" Here are some useful steps to take during this conversation. Identify the problem. Help your child clearly define what the conflict is. Instead of just saying, "He's always annoying me," try to pinpoint the specific issue. "He keeps taking my toy when I'm not done playing with it." Brainstorm solutions. Brainstorm potential solutions together. This should be a judgment-free zone where all ideas are welcome. Some ideas might not be great, and that's fine. This stage is about generating possibilities. What if you asked him to give it back? What if you asked a teacher to help? What if you took turns? Evaluate the options. Discuss the pros and cons of each potential solution. Will asking for help from a teacher cause the problem to escalate? Is taking turns really an enjoyable way to play? Choose a solution and practice. Pick a solution that sounds like it will work, and then practice it. Role play the scenario so your child feels confident and ready to try it in real life. Follow up. After they try the solution, follow up with them. Ask them how it went. Were they successful? If not, why not? Go back to the drawing board. Is it something they can keep trying, or is there something else they can do? Here's an example of this strategy playing out. Imagine your daughter Maya is upset because her friend Lily keeps borrowing her markers without asking. Instead of lecturing her about sharing, you could say, "Maya, it sounds like you're feeling frustrated that Lily keeps borrowing your markers. What can we do about this?" Then you can follow the steps above, coming up with different possible approaches. Problem: Lily keeps borrowing your markers without asking. Brainstorming. You could ask her to ask first. You could tell her to get her own. You could hide them. You could let her borrow them. Evaluation. Ask Maya what she thinks about each option, discussing the benefits and potential drawbacks of each. Example: if you hide them, how do you think Lily will feel? Action. They could decide on a script. Example: Lily, can you please ask me before you take my markers? And practice it. Follow up. Later, you can ask Maya, how did it go when you talked to Lily about the markers? Did it work? What can we do if it still isn't working? This problem-solving process empowers children to become active participants in resolving their conflicts. It's about teaching them that they have agency, that they can take control of their relationships and improve their own experiences. This is a crucial skill, not just for school, but for life. The last idea is about recognizing and managing emotions. This is about teaching our children how to understand and regulate their own emotions. This is foundational to everything else. If they can understand their feelings, they are better equipped to handle conflict. Think about it. Often, arguments and fights are fueled by intense emotions. If our children can learn to identify and manage those emotions, they are far more likely to respond to conflict in a calm and constructive way. Start by helping them name their emotions. Are you feeling angry, frustrated, sad, disappointed? The more they can articulate their feelings, the better they can understand them. Then, teach them strategies for managing those emotions. This might involve deep breathing exercises, taking a break, going for a walk, or talking to a trusted adult. Think of it like a mental toolbox of strategies that your child can draw upon. Here's an example. Your child, let's say it's Ethan, is upset that he lost a game at recess, and he's taking it out on a friend. You can step in and name the emotion. Ethan, it looks like you're really frustrated that you lost the game. Validate the feeling. It's okay to feel frustrated. Losing can be tough. Offer a strategy. Why don't you take a few deep breaths? That can help calm your body down. Model the behavior. Take a few deep breaths yourself. Help them use it. Maybe you can walk away for a minute and then come back, or ask a friend to play a game to take your mind off of it. Follow up. Later, talk about other ways to manage the anger. This may include creating a calm down corner that has a favorite stuffed animal, a book, or even coloring supplies. This isn't just about reacting in the moment. It's about building emotional resilience. It's about teaching them that emotions are normal, that they are manageable, and that they don't have to control them. They have choices. The whole goal of self-regulation is to help them feel better. By supporting our children in managing their emotions, we give them a powerful advantage in navigating conflicts. They become less reactive and more able to respond thoughtfully and compassionately. And this, in turn, fosters stronger relationships and a greater sense of well-being. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? We've talked about skillful listening, cultivating empathy, problem-solving together, and managing emotions. Those are some powerful tools. You know, navigating these kinds of school challenges can feel incredibly tough as a parent. It's like you're on a constant learning journey, trying to figure out the best way to support your child. And sometimes it feels like you're failing. But I want you to know something. You're not alone. Every parent faces these challenges, and you're doing a wonderful job. You're here. You're watching this video. You're actively seeking ways to help your child. That alone is a huge testament to your love and commitment. And the best part? These aren't just skills to teach your kids. They're things we can also practice ourselves, right? To remember to really listen, to try to see things from other people's perspectives, to remember that we are all people, all trying to do our best, to choose kindness. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate conflict entirely. That's just not possible. Instead, it's about equipping our children with the skills they need to navigate those inevitable bumps in the road. It's about helping them become resilient, empathetic, and confident individuals. It's also about building connection and understanding within your own family. By engaging with these challenges, by exploring these strategies together, you're creating stronger bonds and a more supportive home environment. So take a deep breath. Be patient with yourself and with your child. Celebrate the small victories and learn from the challenges. Remember that every step you take, no matter how small, makes a difference. And know that you are doing a great job. And hey, if you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you liked our conversation and want to continue this journey together, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more content on Family Connection Hub. Share this video with any other parents you think might find it helpful too. Because, as we said, it's easier when we're all in this together. We're here to support you every step of the way. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, keep connecting, keep supporting, and keep growing. Bye.